Hi guys, good morning, good evening, or whatever time it is in your world. Welcome back to Mama Cooks Vegan. I'm Jan. Today I want to share with you a biscuit recipe my grandmama called drop biscuits. She called them drop biscuits because they require no dough rolling, no cutting, no forming into cute little circles. These biscuits are just drop on the pan and bake. These biscuits are not thick, they're not dough filled, but they're light, fluffy, and what I like to call tender little pockets of goodness. With just a few ingredients, and with the easiest part is just dropping them on the pan, you'll have these on the plate in no time. So, let's begin. You'll need 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a tablespoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 stick of butter, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, and 1 cup plant-based unsweetened milk. First, combine the vinegar and milk, stir well, and set aside. To a large bowl, add 2 cups of flour, or 240 grams. Now you guys may already know that with baking, measurements are important. If you don't have a food scale, a good tip is to use a spoon to lightly scoop the flour into the measuring cup until it overflows. Then take a knife or a handle of the spoon and scoop across the cup to level it out. It really worked the first cup, as the scale indicated 120 grams. The second cup was over by a few grams, so I just scooped out the excess. After you measure the flour, add the remaining dry ingredients and whisk well. Now for the butter. If you have a pastry knife, you could place a cold stick of butter in the dry ingredients bowl and cut the butter until the flour forms into a grainy texture. But I've found, since my pastry knife broke some time ago, that grating a frozen stick of butter forms small threads that you can easily mix into the flour mixture using a fork. Again, you need to work the butter into the mixture until it is a grainy texture. Afterwards, clear a space in the middle of the bowl and add the milk vinegar mixture. Stir until all the flour mixture is moistened. You don't want to overstir. It should be stiff and not smooth looking. Using a spoon, drop large mounds onto the greased baking sheet. Again, no perfect circles, and make sure to leave space between the mounds as they'll spread during their baking. Now this recipe makes about 12 biscuits, so if you don't have a large pan, you can use 2 small pans and just cook about 6 at a time. This biscuit recipe requires about 12 to 15 minutes of baking, or just until the tops begin to brown. Now of course the bottoms are going to brown first, and they'll be darker and evenly brown than the tops. You shouldn't expect the same coloring on top, so don't overbake them. Once baked, remove from the baking sheet and place on the plate or a wire rack to cool. Okay guys, here's the finished product. These are my favorite biscuits, and like I was saying, the bottoms are going to be darker and brown evenly, and actually that's my favorite part. These biscuits are not thick, so instead of cutting them open, you could top them with your favorite jelly or jam. But my favorite way to eat them is by breaking them into 2 pieces and dipping them into syrup. Now here's what I call a vegan breakfast. Drop biscuits, grits, vegan sausage, vegan eggs, and a side of melons. And of course, syrup for dipping. If you like what you've seen today, hit the like button and come back for more. Comment down below and let me know what you think. For immediate updates of new content, subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching guys. See you next time.